In March 2011, the northeastern coast of Japan faced an ocean surge that erased entire towns from the map. Japan possesses some of the most advanced disaster preparedness infrastructure in the world, including massive physical barriers like these seawalls designed to withstand historical surges. But the 2011 event overtopped these defenses in minutes, resulting in a catastrophic loss of life as the water reached well into zones previously considered safe. Even with immediate seismic sensors and early warning sirens, the speed and scale of the inundation overwhelmed the response capabilities of dozens of coastal communities. This reliance on modern engineering created a false sense of absolute security, as the presence of physical barriers encouraged people to live and work within reach of a wave that eventually exceeded every design limit. Yet, tracing the path of destruction along the Miyako coastline reveals a distinct gap in the wreckage: the small village of Aneyoshi. The destructive waves pushed up the narrow bay and stopped perfectly short of this community, leaving every home on the hillside entirely untouched. Aneyoshi did not have a multi-million-dollar seawall guarding its harbor, nor did its residents have access to superior technology compared to the destroyed towns nearby. Why was this specific community positioned at an elevation that placed them exactly out of reach of the deadliest wave in modern history? Their survival was not a stroke of luck, but the result of a long-term approach to disaster preparedness that predates modern engineering. In Aneyoshi, the safety threshold is defined by ancient stone markers, some dating back over 600 years, left behind by ancestors who survived a previous catastrophic tsunami. These stones operate as physical data points, marking the high water line of past destruction, locking a topographical limit into the landscape. The marker bears a specific instruction: high dwellings are the peace of our descendants. Remember the tsunamis. Do not build below this point. This is a form of disaster memory, a method of encoding the trauma of past events into the culture to ensure future residents understand the specific risks of their geography. The stone wasn't built as a memorial to the past, but as a rigid architectural law to protect the living. Aneyoshi is part of a global history of encoding environmental warnings into the foundations of a community. Throughout Japan, physical monuments like the 860 Jogon earthquake stones have served as durable data storage for over a millennium. Off the coast of Sumatra, this knowledge is maintained through oral tradition. On the island of Semeluwu, children are taught the story of the Smung. During the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, those stories functioned exactly like the Aneyoshi stones. Recognizing the signs described in the stories, the population moved to higher ground before the waves arrived, saving thousands of lives. Regardless of the medium, stone or story, ancient warnings only provide protection if a community is willing to trust the historical data and act on it. In 2011, the survival of Aneyoshi came down to one final critical step: the active application of that historical knowledge. The villagers remained safe because modern residents and planners respected the marker's boundary and refused to build dwellings below the prescribed line. This discipline is increasingly rare in modern coastal development, where historical high water lines are often paved over for the convenience of waterfront access. Integrating this respect for history into public education and strategic zoning is essential for mitigating the impact of future disasters. To build truly resilient cities, our most powerful tool is often simply listening to the warnings left in the past.